Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. So today for you I have a slightly different video. It is not beauty related, but it is shopping related. So I was very fortunate today that I got to go to the opening of our new Ikea. So Ikea opened in Exeter today. It was their first day open to the general public, but it was open to little groups of people here, there and everywhere leading up to opening day, which made it really nice because it wasn't too busy. I've actually only ever been to one other Ikea, and that was in London, and I have in the past shopped quite regularly with Ikea. When I moved to this new flat, I got my chest of drawers, which are just there, from Ikea. The kitchen table I have in my kitchen came from Ikea. I've got a couple of rugs as well dotted around, which are also, yeah, Ikea solid faves. So yeah, I always buy quite a few things from them because I do like their design. When I heard they were coming to Exeter, I was very excited because they are a very affordable company. They kind of try and create amazing design, well-designed products for people on a budget to some extent. They do have kind of some higher end stuff, but generally speaking, like, there is a lot you can pick up if you are trying to really energize and create an amazing atmosphere to a room that actually is really lacking an atmosphere. And I'll talk you through some of what that looks like. But yeah, they opened in Exeter today. So I live in Exeter. I live quite a way away from where they opened because they're not kind of like in the city, they're like on the other side. So I had to get a bus, I had to get the J, and it took about 20-25 minutes roughly to get there because it kind of goes all like different ways and stuff. I don't really do public transport. I prefer to walk. I would have walked, but I've hurt my foot at the moment, so I couldn't walk. Such a shame. Such a lovely day as well. So when I got there, outside I was greeted, and there was some lovely people giving out cold drinks, which was really nice because it was, as I said, a really warm day, and I've been on the bus for a long time, so I was like, oh, that's amazing. I went in and I had already pre-booked a tour around the store just because I am quite interested in design, and I was going to get to speak to somebody about all the different concepts around the branch and all the different design elements of what go into the different room sets, although I do already know some of their visual merchandising team. So I went in, and basically they said that the tour had been cancelled, and I was so disappointed. But they did actually, they were really nice. One of their PR ladies came down and she talked to me for a little while, and I took some of her details, and she was really lovely. She was really helpful, and we talked a little bit about a few different things, and she also gave me some vouchers to try the restaurant, which was amazing. So I went into the store on my own and was given a great big yellow bag, which was definitely needed, to say the least. So I'm just going to insert some of the footage now of the actual store itself, just so you can get an idea of the feel and the layout. Now for me, I've always felt that when you walk around an Ikea, you have to walk like a certain route, but actually the wonderful thing I found about this Ikea is that there were shortcuts, so you could miss sections if you didn't want to dive into them, and it was incredibly inspiring. And all the little room sets, you would like walking through a front door. They were all like little houses, and they were all kind of like, it was like walking down like a street. It was so fantastic. Whoever came out with the layout, I was just like, wow, that's cool, that's cool. They were just wow room sets. There were a few elements of the store which did feel like they weren't quite finished yet, but they did have a few issues because of snow and Snowgate, that they were running a little bit behind. So yeah, there were a few issues like that in one or two places, you know, but generally speaking it was a beautiful, laid out, well presented store. There was lots and lots of staff as well on hand to help, and I got to speak to some really nice people. The guys in the warehouse were especially helpful. You know, they asked me if I needed any help, did I need any help getting anything down, what locations I was looking for, and I think his name was Lee, and he was really helpful. There was another person that really stood out to me who was on one of the restaurant counters, and I asked if they had any recommendations, and they basically talked me through the menu and gave me a little bit more information about the food, so that was really great as well. Another standout person was after I'd gone through the checkouts, there was like a little deli restaurant at the end, and there was a guy there and he was asking me if I had a nice day, did I enjoy my experience. So there were some really good standout people who just kind of were really engaging. There were the odd occasion where I did need a little bit of product knowledge help and I had to go and approach somebody to get that, but I think that was because they're all quite new and probably a little bit nervous about maybe saying the wrong thing at this moment or something like that. So I think that will probably get better with time. So if you do need some help when you go into the store, don't be afraid to approach people, because once you did approach them, they were really helpful. So yeah, anyway, do you want to check out the footage, see what you guys think, and I'll catch you at the other end. Hey guys, so I've just arrived and I'm just like walking around their room sets. They're absolutely amazing, but unfortunately my tour got cancelled, so they've given me some free food vouchers which we're going to use, and yeah, we're just going to have a quick walk around and I'll show you some of the bits. That was the footage that I took of the store. I could have taken a lot more. Once I spent quite a lot of time upstairs, I went and had something to eat in the restaurant, and then I went downstairs, which is where you can kind of shop all the little bits and pieces, all the bedding, the curtains, all that sort of stuff. Yeah, there was just so much to choose from. Like, the amount of choice was quite overwhelming. There was a lot of stuff. I did feel like there could have been a bit more like china and glass, or the china and glass wasn't quite set up as well as it could have been, but actually the rest of it, I mean, the lighting that they had was spectacular. When you actually went downstairs, although you didn't see very much of it upstairs, the lighting downstairs was just immense. The outdoor section where the plants were was phenomenal. I'm lost for words. It was beautiful. There's so many amazing beautiful plants. It was gorgeous. And I'm just going to show you what I picked up really quickly, because lots of people, you could go around that store and you could buy, I could have bought everything. I really, really, really wanted a Pax wardrobe. I would have loved one, but I'm not quite YouTube rich enough yet to afford one of those. So I'm just going to show you the little bits that I got to enhance my home. So the first thing I picked up were two scrubbing brushes. One was just like a general kitchen one, and this one was for drinks bottles, and has got a particularly long handle. So I thought that was pretty funky, and they were like 80p each or something. I picked up a new bath mat, and I really liked this because it feels quite grippy on one side, like almost like it's got like a rubberized coating on it. And it was only like £3, and they had them in like 3 or 4 different sizes, and this is the smallest one because I have a really tiny bathroom, so that for me was amazing. I have seen these cactuses online, and I had wanted them for ages, but they didn't actually post them, so I couldn't pick them up. When I went in, I made a beeline for them as soon as I could, and they were like £3 or £4, and they are just super, super, super cute. I also picked up this plant. Isn't he beautiful? Lovely, luscious green colour, and basically this is just to go in my kitchen, but I think I'm going to go back in a couple of weeks time and pick up some more of these because they were really, really cheap, and I just think they are lovely. They're a lovely pop of green, and yeah, I think are beautiful. Really nice plants. I picked up some coffee because they had like this section at the end with like loads of like food and stuff, and like really weird food as well, and I didn't know that they did food. It was something new to me, so I thought I'd try some of their coffee, and I also got some of their chocolate bars. Where are they? Oh yeah, here they are. Some chocolate bars as well to try, so nice little treat for when I get home, or now I am home now. The last thing I picked up was this. Yes, I'm in a cage. No, it's basically a little storage unit that you kind of hang on your shelf. Like, so your shelf goes here and it like hangs below your shelf. I just got this to put my eyeshadow palettes in. And I've got somewhere on my desk that I'm actually going to put it, and I might even get a few more of these because they were only £3. They were actually self-select as well, so you did have to go to the warehouse bit to get these, but for £3, like, this is just gonna, like, you know, like double my storage. It's amazing. Really, really impressed with this little unit actually. So yeah, I'll just show you what it looks like with some of my palettes in it. So like, this is like my biggest eyeshadow palette, and it fitted just perfectly. It's the 39A Morphe palette, and it's huge and it fits perfectly. So yeah, I just thought this would make a really, really good eyeshadow palette storage tray. So yeah, that is everything that I got. Obviously, I'll insert all the footage. I hope you have enjoyed this video and having a quick little look around Ikea Exeter, so you can kind of see what sort of thing that you can expect when you go there. They had really, really good childcare facilities as well in there, and parent and feeding, changing rooms, toilets, everything that you could possibly want. It did take me a good maybe 2 hours to have a proper walk around, but it was just a really fun, interesting time. I got to see everything, talk to loads of people, and experience what it's going to be like every time I go there to do any more shopping. So yeah, really interested to see what happens when I go back next time. I'm going back again very soon, and I'm going to be doing a cushion making class, which will be very exciting. So yeah, stay tuned to see that, because I will obviously be featuring it at some point, probably in one of my vlogs. But yeah, I hope you're all having a fantastic day. Hope you've enjoyed this video, and if you do go to Ikea in Exeter, please let me know down below what you thought of your experience there. I would really love to hear what you did, and whether you enjoyed it or not, and what you spent your pennies on. And yeah, I'll see you all next time. Take care.